This is Mark Bell from Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Coming at you with some more footage for supertraining.tv. This is a dynamic effort squat workout that we did with 3 chains per side. The chains are helping to accommodate resistance. Each chain is approximately 20 pounds a piece. So we have approximately 60 pounds per side, or 120 pounds total. Most of the chain is deloading onto the ground as I get down to the bottom of the lift there. This is David Bathis, and you're going to notice David does a really good job forcing his knees out. An interesting thing about David is he's a couple inches shorter than me, but his kneecap, his shin bone, is a lot longer than mine. So his kneecap kind of sits about 1 inch to 2 inches higher than mine. So he'll get to depth more efficiently than I will. Just kind of working with some light weights. This is week 1. So this is about 405 pounds or so, maybe a little bit more. Looks like we've got a little bit of change on there. Just mainly focusing on trying to keep the form good and keeping the speed good. On this day, we allowed David to work up a little bit because he's just having a good day. He got a good couple sets in, and as you'll see, we let him work up at the end of the workout. We don't typically work up on week 1. Normally, week 1 we'll do anywhere between 10 to 12 sets of 2 reps, and that'll pretty much be it. We'll do 10 to 12 sets of 2 reps at a given percentage or a given weight, and then we'll just move on to all our assistance exercises: reverse hyper, glute ham raise, sled, ab work, and then go home and cry. You see I'm working with that straight foot position again, or at least trying to. Something I've been working on a lot. Trying to really force those knees out. I don't do the greatest job forcing my knees out. I don't do the greatest job of preventing myself from rounding over a little bit, but something I'm constantly working on. There's always something to work on. Doesn't matter how long you've been lifting for. There's always something you can improve upon. When you think that you can't learn, or you think that you can't do some things to improve yourself, then you're not going to get any better. Again, the intention for this day is speed and explosiveness. So we're trying to be as fast as we can, trying to drop down fast and trying to come back up fast. For me on this particular day, it took me a little while to warm up, and so my sets get a little faster as we move along. A pretty good view of the side and pretty much how it should look. That's a pretty good box spot right there. You want to try to sit back, especially if you're wearing powerlifting gear. Try to sit back into your briefs. The briefs will catch, and as they catch, you stay tight and fire back up off that box. Now I'm going a little bit heavier. Looks like I had around 455 pounds in there. David's got a little bit of weight on there. If we are going to work up on our, now I'm up to about 5 plates. A lot of times for beginning lifters or intermediate lifters, they can use a higher percentage in their dynamic days. It's okay for them to use a little bit heavier weight. So like on this day, you're going to see David's not far behind me at all. In fact, he ends up beating me on this day and squatting a little bit more. It's okay for a beginning lifter to use a higher percentage. They're not able to recruit as much muscle fibers. They're not able to explode into the weight quite as well as a more advanced lifter. And so in order for them to get the most out of the dynamic day, you may find some lifters need to be all the way up around 65 or 70%, which is quite different than 50%. Also, for all you people out there that lift raw, that would even be more true. For a raw lifter, is going to be in the 70, maybe possibly all the way up into the 80% range until they get the most out of their dynamic work. So now I'm starting to move the weights a little faster. Got a little bit more weight on there. Sometimes you need an appropriate weight to be able to push through and flex as hard as you possibly can through it. David's working up a little bit, so he's starting to move a little slower. And that's it from supertraining.tv.